For Vacation Bible School this summer, our theme was water all around the world. We spent the last 3 weeks sharing Bible stories, crafts, games, science, and music with kids both in person outdoors at the church, as well as online in their homes. Each week, we learned about a global community that struggles to have enough clean water for its people. We also learned about the ministry Living Waters for the World, which partners with communities in need of clean water, helping them build and maintain water purification systems. Supporting this ministry is our VBS mission project this year. I invite you now to join us as we recap our amazing time in Vacation Bible School this summer. In week 1, we heard the creation story from Genesis and learned how it is our job to be good stewards of the water on our earth. On the second day, God gave us water. I don't mean like the water in a water bottle or in a bathtub, or the water that even comes from the sky. I mean all water on the whole earth. What is present in water that makes it water? That's the gift God gave us. And when God saw the water, God said, "It is good."
Bienvenidos a Honduras. That's welcome to Honduras in Spanish. Honduras is a country in Central America, bordering on both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. The land of Honduras varies from beaches to volcanic mountains.
We learned about the country of Honduras from Corrine and heard a story about a girl there named Rosa. Rosa's community has a water purification system that helps her family and community have the clean water they need. In week 1, we made maracas for craft, had a science lesson with Jay, and we played games with water balloons. We also learned a new song in Spanish that Kalia shared with us.
Here is Yo Tengo un Amigo. Yo tengo un amigo que me ama, que me ama, que me ama. Yo tengo un amigo que me ama, su nombre es Jesús, que me ama, que me ama, que me ama si contiene amor, que me ama, que me ama, su nombre es Jesús. Yo tengo un amigo que me ama, que me ama, que me ama. Yo tengo un amigo que me ama, su nombre es Jesús, que me ama, que me ama, que me ama si contiene amor, que me ama, que me ama, su nombre es Jesús, su nombre es Jesús.
And the last part of the Bible story is the really important one that relates to what we're going to do here in just a moment. Okay, so in the Hebrew Bible, it says that God commanded people to take good care of the earth and the land and the water. And sometimes in English it gets translated like we rule over it, but we're not supposed to rule over it. We're supposed to care for it like a farmer does, or like a shepherd does a sheep, or a parent takes care of their children.
Hi friends! Welcome to week 2 of Vacation Bible School with First Christian Church in Coralville, Iowa City. I'm glad you're back for another week of crafts, games, science, and fun. In week 2, we heard a story about Moses and God's people from the book of Exodus. When the people were thirsty, God provided a way for them. We learned that water is vital for life. And in today's story, when they were so very thirsty, Moses again prayed to God for help. God told Moses to take his walking stick and to hit a rock. And so when Moses took his stick and hit a rock, the rock actually split open and water rushed out. Water flowed from the rock, and the people had enough to drink for themselves. Their animals had enough to drink. Everyone was happy. Maybe they even splashed in the water. They were so happy. That water tasted so good. So the people were reminded that God would care for them and love them wherever they went.
Many interesting creatures live in Cuba's thick forests. Most famous is the bee hummingbird, the world's smallest bird. Adult bee hummingbirds grow to only 2 inches, 5 centimeters long. The third smallest frog in the world is also native to Cuba. It measures less than half an inch.
We learned about the country of Cuba from Vern and heard about a boy named Luis.
Luis's church recently partnered with a church in the United States to build a living waters for the world agua purification system. Now Luis's village has safe, clean agua to drink. Luis's father and grandmother operate the system. Luis likes to help too by filling bottles with the clean agua.
We made hand kites with ribbons and raindrop sun catchers and craft. We practiced moving water with big sponges and had a science lesson about heat and water. We also learned the motions to the song Deep and Wide. In week 3, we opened our Bibles to Matthew chapter 3. We heard about John the Baptist and how he baptized Jesus. This week, we talked about how the waters of baptism remind us of God's love. And so I hope that you will put your little glass pebble somewhere special, and that when you see it, it will remind you of water. And that water will remind you that God loves you so very much. And that you will really just embrace that feeling. Because God does love you. Each of you are important and special to God. And I hope that you will know that for your entire lives. Because you truly are. And God truly loves you.
Akwaba. That means welcome in Tree, one of the native languages in Ghana. Today we're going to a village called Nsawam in Ghana to meet a young girl who lives there. Our story begins on a Friday several years ago. That's the day that Constance Opong was born. And because she was born on a Friday, her middle name is Afua, which means Friday in Tree.
We learned about the country of Ghana from Laura and heard about a girl named Afua who attends a school in her village that was able to build a water purification system with the support of Living Waters for the World. For our final week together, we had some awesome activities planned for the kids. We did spray paint art with Pastor Jill.
And look at this. Can you see? Remember I had helpers using their white crayons? And so those lines.
There were soap boat races and other water games with Cameron and Tegan. Jay shared some science experiments with water and light. And Melinda taught us some percussion to go along with the song Sia Hamba, an African hymn. I want to thank the kids, the adults at home, our volunteers and staff people that made VBS an amazing experience this year, where we were able to share God's love with those around us.